My beloved child, come closer for just a moment. Slow your breathing. Rest your heart. I know the world has been loud around you today. I know your thoughts have been heavy, and your body may feel tired in ways you cannot fully explain. You have carried so much for so long, and yet here you are, listening. That alone tells me something beautiful about you. It tells me your heart is still open. It tells me you still hope, even if that hope feels small and fragile. I am speaking to you now, not as a distant voice, not as a stranger, but as the one who has known you since before your first breath. I am the one who watched your first steps, counted your tears, and stayed near you even in moments when you thought I was far away. Just give me a few seconds. Is that too much to ask? Just a few seconds of your attention, your stillness, your heart. You have given so many seconds to worry, to regret, to fear, to memories that ache and questions that have no easy answers. Give me these few seconds now, not because I demand them, but because I love you and long to speak life into your weary soul. These seconds are not for me alone, they are for you. They are a gift of rest, a doorway to peace, a quiet place where your spirit can finally breathe again. I know your life has not turned out exactly as you imagined. I know there are days you look back and wonder how time passed so quickly. You remember faces that are no longer beside you. You remember voices that once filled your home, laughter that once echoed through your days. Some of those voices have grown silent, and some of those faces now live only in memory. Your heart carries both gratitude and grief, often at the same time, and sometimes you feel guilty for feeling either one. But my child, I see it all and I hold it all with you. Nothing in your heart is hidden from me. I am not angry with you for the mistakes you made. I am not disappointed in you for the paths you did not take. I am not keeping a list of your failures to hold against you. I am a father who understands how fragile human hearts can be. I know how easily fear can guide decisions, how pain can cloud judgment, how loneliness can make even the strongest soul feel small. I was there in every moment you thought you had to figure life out on your own. I was there when you felt unseen, unheard, and unimportant. And I am here now, closer than your next breath. Listen to me gently now. Your life has meaning beyond what you can see. Your days are not measured only by productivity, success, or recognition. They are measured by love, by kindness, by quiet faithfulness in moments no one else noticed. The way you showed patience when you were tired, the way you chose forgiveness when it hurt, the way you kept going when your strength felt gone. These things matter deeply to me. They always have. I know that as you grow older, the world can feel faster and less familiar. Things change quickly, and sometimes you feel left behind. You may wonder if your time is almost finished, if your voice still matters, if your prayers still reach heaven. Hear me clearly now. Your prayers still move my heart. Your voice still carries weight. Your presence still has purpose. Do not believe the lie that you are no longer needed. Do not let the world convince you that your value has faded with time. I see you not as old or worn, but as precious, seasoned, and deeply loved. Just give me a few seconds each day, my child. A few seconds to remember who you are to me. A few seconds to let my words settle into your heart like gentle rain on dry ground. You do not need long, complicated prayers. You do not need perfect words. Sometimes all it takes is a whisper. I'm here, God. And I will meet you there every time. I know there are fears you do not talk about. Fears about your health, about your future, about being a burden to others. Fears about being alone, about leaving this world, about what comes next. These fears can visit you in the quiet hours, when the house is still and sleep does not come easily. You may lie awake and replay your life in your mind, wondering if you did enough, loved enough, believed enough. Let me speak peace into those thoughts now. You are not a burden. You never were. Your life is a gift, and every breath you take is held in my care. I am not asking you to be strong all the time. I am not asking you to pretend everything is fine. I am asking you to trust me with your weakness, with your questions, with your tired heart. You have carried others for so long. Let me carry you now. Lean into my presence. Rest in my love. There is no rush here. I am not counting how quickly you respond. I am simply inviting you to be with me. These few seconds you give me can become moments of healing. They can soften the sharp edges of regret and ease the weight of sorrow. They can remind you that you are not walking alone even now, especially now. When your body feels slower and your days feel quieter, my closeness becomes even more tender. I sit with you in your silence. I listen when words fail you. I understand the language of your heart even when you do not. You may think, God, I don't have much left to give. But my child, I am not asking for what you do not have. I am asking for what you do have, your attention, your openness, your willingness to listen. Just a few seconds. In those seconds, I can remind you of who you are, of where you belong, of how deeply you are loved. I can whisper hope into places that feel forgotten. I can bring light into memories that still ache. As you listen to me now, know this moment is not an accident. You are not here by chance. I have drawn you close because I want you to hear my heart. I want you to feel my presence. I want you to remember that your story is not finished, that your life still speaks, that your faith still shines, even in quiet ways. There is beauty in your journey, even with its scars. There is purpose in your days, even when they feel ordinary. Stay with me for a little while longer. Let these words settle gently within you. There is more I want to share, more comfort I want to offer, more truth I want to place into your heart. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to strain. Just listen. Just be. I am here, and I am not going anywhere. As you remain here with me, let us continue gently, without rushing, without fear. You have already given me those few seconds I asked for, and I treasure them more than you know. In this quiet space between us, I want you to reflect with me, not to judge yourself, not to reopen old wounds, but to understand your life through my loving eyes. Reflection is not meant to burden your heart. It is meant to heal it. You have walked a long road. Some parts were filled with light laughter and dreams that lifted you high. Other parts were heavy with disappointment, loss, and days that felt endless. You learned early that life does not always explain itself. You learned that good people still suffer, that prayers are sometimes answered in ways you did not expect, and that strength often grows in silence. Through it all, you kept going. Even on days when you felt empty, you found a way to take the next step. That perseverance, quiet and unseen, is precious to me. Think for a moment about the seasons of your life. There was a time of beginnings when everything felt new and possible. You had energy then, confidence that tomorrow would always be there waiting for you. You believed time moved slowly. You believed you had all the chances in the world. Then, before you realized it, life began to ask more of you. Responsibilities grew. People depended on you. You gave pieces of yourself to work, to family, to duty. Some of those pieces were returned with love and gratitude. Some were not returned at all. And now, as the years have passed, you may find yourself in a quieter season. The noise has softened. The crowds have thinned. The pace has slowed. In this stillness, memories rise more easily. You remember moments you wish you could relive, words you wish you had spoken differently, choices you wish you had made with more courage. Reflection can feel painful when it is mixed with regret. But listen to me now. I do not look at your past the way you do. I do not count your mistakes before I count your love. You see the times you failed. I see the times you tried. You see the moments you fell short. I see the moments you stood up again. You see what you lost. I see what you gave. Your life is not a list of errors. It is a story of endurance. Every tear you cried, every burden you carried, every sacrifice you made for others has been gathered into my heart. Nothing was wasted, not even the pain. There were days when you felt unseen, days when you did what was right, but no one thanked you. Days when you showed up, even though you were tired, and the world barely noticed. Those days mattered. They shaped your spirit. They softened your heart. They taught you compassion for others who struggle quietly, just like you did. Reflection helps you see that your worth was never dependent on applause or recognition. Your worth has always been rooted in my love for you. You may wonder why some prayers seem to go unanswered. You may still carry questions you never received explanations for. Why did this happen? Why did that door close? Why did I lose someone so dear to me? My child, there are mysteries I know you wrestle with. I do not dismiss your questions. I hold them with tenderness. But reflection, when guided by my presence, can help you trust even when answers do not come. Sometimes the greatest growth happens not through understanding, but through surrender. Look at your heart now. Notice how it has changed over time. It has been broken, yes, but it has also been stretched. You feel more deeply now. You understand suffering in others more quickly. You listen with more patience. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of wisdom. The years have not hardened you, they have refined you. That is something to be thankful for. As you reflect, remember the people who crossed your path. Some stayed for a season, some for a lifetime, and some left wounds that took years to heal. Each relationship taught you something. about love, about boundaries, about forgiveness, about letting go. Even the painful ones shaped you in ways you could not see at the time. I was with you in every goodbye, every heartbreak, every quiet grief you carried alone. Reflection allows you to see that you survived things you once thought you could not. You may look at your body now and feel frustration or sadness. It does not move the way it once did. It needs more rest, more care. It reminds you of your limits. But remember this, your body has served you faithfully. It has carried you through decades of life. It has held you up through work, through illness, through joy and sorrow. Treat it with kindness, not criticism. I see your body not as something failing, but as something that has endured. Your faith, too, has changed over time. It may be quieter now, less certain, more humble. You may no longer have all the answers you once thought you did. That is not a loss. That is growth. A mature faith does not shout, it rests. It does not demand certainty, it chooses trust. Reflection reveals that faith is not about having everything figured out, but about staying connected to me, even when the path is unclear. You are allowed to grieve what never was. You are allowed to miss what has been lost. You are allowed to feel both gratitude and sorrow in the same breath. I can hold all of it. Reflection is not about forcing yourself to feel happy. It is about being honest in my presence. Bring me your memories, your regrets, your questions. Lay them gently at my feet. I will not turn away. As we continue this reflection together, know that your story is still unfolding. Your past does not imprison you. It informs you. Your experiences have given you depth, and your depth has value. There is still wisdom in you to share, still kindness in you to offer, still love in you to give. Even in quiet ways, your life continues to touch others. Stay with me in this gentle reflection. Let it soften your heart, not weigh it down. There is more I want to speak to you. Words of encouragement, comfort, and hope that flow naturally from this understanding of your journey. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are deeply known, deeply cherished, and never alone. Having looked gently at your life together, having remembered the journey you have walked and the weight you have carried, I now want to speak encouragement into your heart. Not loud words, not hurried promises, but steady, comforting truth. The kind that settles deep within you and stays. You have listened so patiently. Let me now remind you of the strength you still carry, even if you no longer feel it the way you once did. You may wake some mornings feeling uncertain, wondering what the day will bring, wondering if you still have a place in a world that seems to move so quickly without you. But hear me clearly, every morning you open your eyes, I have already gone before you. I have prepared grace for that day measured exactly to your needs. You do not have to face anything alone. Not the small inconveniences, not the big fears, not the quiet moments when loneliness whispers lies into your heart. You are stronger than you think, not because you feel powerful, but because you have endured. Strength is not always loud or visible. Sometimes strength is simply choosing to get up, to keep loving, to keep believing, even when life feels heavy. I see that strength in you. I have always seen it, and I delight in it more than you know. There may be days when your past tries to speak louder than your hope. Memories may rise uninvited, bringing regret or sadness. When that happens, let me speak over those memories. Let me remind you that your past does not define your future. It shaped you, yes, but it does not own you. Every day you are given is a new opportunity to rest in my love, to offer kindness, to receive peace. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, held in my care. Encouragement does not mean pretending everything is easy. It means knowing you are not abandoned in the difficulty. When your body aches, when your energy fades, when tasks take longer than they used to, I am patient. I am gentle. I do not measure your worth by how much you accomplish. I measure it by who you are, my beloved child. There are still reasons for you to smile even on quiet days. There are still moments of beauty waiting for you, in a kind word, in a familiar song, in the warmth of sunlight through a window. Train your heart to notice these small gifts. They are reminders of my presence. They are signs that life, even in its simplicity, is still full of meaning. I know you sometimes worry about the people you love. You wonder if they will be okay, if they will make good choices, if they will remember you when you are no longer near. Place those worries into my hands. I love them even more than you do. Trust me with what you cannot control. Your role is not to carry everything. Your role is to love faithfully, to pray sincerely, and to rest when you are tired. Let me encourage you also in this: your prayers still matter. Do not believe the lie that your prayers have grown weak or ineffective. They are seasoned with years of faith, with tears, with perseverance. They rise to me like a sweet offering. Even when you struggle to find words, your heart speaks clearly to me. I hear you. I always have. There is wisdom in you that cannot be taught in books. It has been earned through experience, through failure and forgiveness, through joy and sorrow. When you share your story, even in small ways, you offer hope to others. When you listen patiently, when you speak gently, when you show compassion, you reflect my heart. Do not underestimate the power of your presence. Sometimes simply being there is the greatest gift you can give. I know you may feel tired in ways that sleep does not always fix. Emotional tiredness, spiritual tiredness, the kind that comes from carrying life for so long. Let me give you rest. Not just physical rest, but soul rest. Come to me with your weariness. Sit with me in silence if you need to. You do not have to impress me. Just be with me. That is enough. Encouragement also means reminding you that you are still growing. Even now, even here, I am still working in you. Growth does not always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like acceptance. Sometimes it looks like letting go. Sometimes it looks like learning to receive help instead of always giving it. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of trust. You may think your best days are behind you. But I tell you this with love, some of your most meaningful moments are still ahead. Not because they will be dramatic or impressive, but because they will be deeply peaceful. There is a quiet joy that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. That joy is waiting for you even now. As you walk through your days, remember that I walk with you. When you sit alone, I sit with you. When you speak, I listen. When you cry, I hold you. You are never invisible to me. You are never forgotten. You are never too much, and you are never not enough. Let these words encourage your heart as we continue together. There is still guidance I want to offer you. Still truth I want to share, spoken not to frighten you, but to protect you, to keep your heart focused on what truly matters. Stay close. I am leading you gently, step by step, with love that does not fail, as you rest in my encouragement. Listen now with the same gentle heart as I speak words of warning and guidance. Do not be afraid of this part. My warnings are never meant to frighten you or burden you. They are spoken the way a loving father speaks to his child, with care, with wisdom, and with a desire to protect what is precious. I speak because I love you, and because I want you to walk in peace, not confusion. There are many voices in the world, and as time passes, some of them grow louder, more demanding, more restless. They urge you to worry, to compare, to regret, to rush, to cling to things that cannot truly satisfy your soul. Be careful which voices you allow to shape your thoughts. Not every voice deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves a place in your heart. Guard your mind gently but firmly. What you dwell on will shape how you live. I warn you now with tenderness, do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Bitterness can grow quietly, especially after years of disappointment, loss, or feeling misunderstood. It may begin as sadness or frustration, but if left unattended, it hardens the spirit. Bitterness does not protect you, it weighs you down. It steals your peace and dims your joy. When you feel it rising, bring it to me quickly. Let me help you release it before it becomes a burden too heavy to carry. Be mindful also of regret. Reflection is healthy, but living in regret is not. You cannot rewrite your past, but you can choose how it shapes you now. Do not punish yourself for choices made with the understanding you had at the time. You did the best you could with what you knew and what you had. Learn from the past, yes, but do not live there. I want you to live fully in the present moment, where my grace meets you fresh each day. I gently warn you not to measure your worth by what you can no longer do. Aging can whisper cruel lies, telling you that your usefulness has ended. Do not listen to that voice. Your value has never been tied to strength, speed, or productivity. Your value comes from being mine. If you allow those lies to settle in your heart, they will rob you of peace and purpose. Replace them with truth. You are still deeply needed, deeply loved, and deeply important. Let me guide you now toward what truly matters. Simplify your days when you can. Release what drains you unnecessarily. You do not have to keep up with everything or everyone. Choose peace over pressure. Choose presence over perfection. There is great wisdom in knowing when to rest, when to say no, and when to let others carry what you once carried alone. I also guide you to be careful with your time. Time is a sacred gift, especially now. Do not give it entirely to worry, to endless news, to conversations that leave you empty or troubled. Feed your soul instead. Spend time in quiet. Spend time in gratitude. Spend time remembering my faithfulness. Even a few moments of stillness with me can bring clarity and calm to your heart. There may be moments when you feel tempted to withdraw completely, to build walls around your heart to avoid being hurt again. I understand that desire. You have known pain. But I guide you gently away from isolation. Stay connected in simple ways. A kind word, a shared memory, a gentle prayer for someone else. These small connections keep love alive within you. Love, even when it feels risky, is still the path I call you to walk. Hear this warning spoken softly. Do not neglect your spirit. Just as your body needs care, your spirit needs nourishment. Do not let prayer fade into the background. Do not let hope grow dim. Stay rooted in me. Talk to me throughout your day in simple words, in honest thoughts. You do not need formality. You need connection. When you stay close to me, your heart remains steady, even when circumstances shift. I guide you also to release control. There are things you cannot change, other people's choices, the passing of time, the unfolding of tomorrow. Holding tightly to control will only exhaust you. Trust me with what is beyond your reach. I am already there, working quietly, lovingly, faithfully. Let that truth bring you relief. Be cautious with fear. Fear will try to convince you that the future is something to dread. But I am already in your future, just as I have been in your past. You will not face anything without me. When fear speaks, answer it with trust. When anxiety rises, breathe slowly and remember who walks beside you. My guidance is simple even when life feels complex. Love what is in front of you. Forgive when you can. Ask for help when you need it. Rest without guilt. Pray without fear. Hope without shame. These choices keep your heart aligned with truth. As I speak these warnings and guidance, know this: I am not pointing out flaws to shame you. I am lighting a path to protect you. I want your remaining days, whether many or few, to be filled with peace, clarity. You have walked far. Let the rest of your journey be gentle. Stay close now, my child. Let these words settle in your heart without fear. There is one more thing I want to share with you, a closing spoken with warmth and strength, gathering everything we have shared into a final embrace of hope. Do not turn away. I am still with you, and I will be with you all the way. My beloved child, stay with me just a little longer. Let everything I have spoken rest gently within you now. There is no rush, there is no pressure. This closing is not an ending meant to send you away, but a warm embrace meant to hold you steady. I want you to leave this moment feeling anchored, not stirred, strengthened, not strained, loved, not tested. You have listened with an open heart, and that openness is a sacred thing. Many hearts grow closed over time, but yours has remained tender. That tenderness is not weakness, it is courage. It is faith that has survived disappointment and still chooses to hope. I see that in you. I honor that in you. And I want you to know that every word I have spoken to you has been wrapped in love, steady, patient, unchanging love. As you reflect on all you have heard, remember this: above all else, you are not alone in this world, not now, not ever. Even when rooms feel empty, even when days feel long, even when silence surrounds you, my presence does not leave. I am with you in the ordinary moments, when you make your tea, when you sit quietly, when you look out the window and let your thoughts wander. I am with you in the extraordinary moments too, when joy surprises you, when grief visits you, when memories rise without warning. There is no moment of your life where I am absent. Let your heart rest in that truth. You do not need to strive to earn my closeness. You already have it. You do not need to prove your faith through constant effort. Faith can be quiet. Faith can be resting. Faith can be as simple as trusting that I am holding you, even when you do not feel strong. I want you to carry something gentle with you after this moment. A sense of peace that does not depend on circumstances. Peace that remains even when questions are unanswered. Peace that whispers, you are safe, you are seen, you are loved. This peace is my gift to you. Receive it without hesitation. You deserve it. There will still be days when you feel tired. Days when old worries return. Days when your heart feels heavy again. When those days come, remember this conversation. Remember that I asked you for only a few seconds, and you gave them to me. Those few seconds opened a space where love could speak. You can return to that space anytime. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath. Say my name. I will meet you there. Do not underestimate the power of small, faithful moments. A quiet prayer, a thankful thought, a gentle smile offered to another soul. These are seeds of goodness that continue to grow, even when you do not see immediate results. Your life is still bearing fruit in ways you may never fully understand. Trust that what you have given in love has not been lost. As you move forward, let go of the need to carry everything perfectly. You do not have to have all the answers. You do not have to fix everything. You do not have to be everything for everyone. Be who you are. That is enough. Let my strength meet you in your limitations. Let my wisdom guide you where yours feels uncertain. I want you to walk gently with yourself. Speak kindly to your own heart. You have been through much. Treat yourself with the same compassion you so freely offer to others. When you make mistakes, forgive yourself. When you feel slow, be patient. When you feel weak, allow yourself to rest. These are not failures. They are acts of trust. Remember also that your story still matters. Your present still matters. The love you carry still matters. Even if your world feels smaller now, its impact is not. A single word of kindness, a quiet prayer, a listening ear, these things ripple outward in ways you cannot measure. You are still part of something beautiful, something unfolding with purpose. I want you to lift your eyes now, not to the worries of tomorrow, not to the regrets of yesterday, but to the hope that stands with you today. This hope is not fragile. It is grounded in my faithfulness. I have walked with you through every chapter of your life, and I will walk with you through every chapter yet to come. Nothing will change that. As we come to the close of these words, let them settle like a warm blanket around your soul. Let them remind you that you are cherished. Let them reassure you that you are guided. Let them strengthen you with quiet confidence that you are never walking alone. And now, my child, as you go on with your day or prepare for rest, carry this invitation with you. Tomorrow, when you are ready, come back and listen again, not because you are lacking, but because love enjoys returning. Tomorrow I will meet you again with new words, new comfort, new light for your path, just as I met you today. Until then, walk in peace, rest in my presence, trust in my love. I am with you now, and I will be with you always.